now.
What? What? Cams. Anyway, no. Anyway, hello everybody and welcome back to Wasteland 2110. Sorry for that, my internet kinda went down. Anyway, we should be back and rolling. So, I look at Richards and I ask him if he could give me some grenades.
Yeah, he says we have a few in stock. We'll be able to lend a couple to you for the mission. I'll make sure you get them in the morning. I'll organise.
Thank you.
Do we have a copy of the detailed map, or are you just telling us that we have a detailed map?
He rips out the detailed map out of the lecture.
Oh no. Oh.
Very.
I mean, do you have a detailed map that we can look at or not?
Just look at the map, like the normal map, and just look at the general area of the water tower.
Yeah. So, does it have any mention of where guard posts, etc. are?
It knows that there's it doesn't know necessarily all of them, but it knows that there's a certain area where there's two guards at the entrance, and then behind them there's another two, and then there's four around the actual tower itself.
Yeah.
But it doesn't tell.
Are the bridges guarded then, or does it not say?
That it's not it's very zoomed in on the area. There's no part of the bridges.
I just kind of peer over and I just say, "Do you have a boat?"
A boat.
Yeah.
He says, "Why would you want a boat?"
And I said, "Because it's not many people have boats, and it's kind of obvious that if you were going to go into Rome, you would go across the bridges. So why don't we go across the water instead?"
Boats allowed, unless you're talking
dried
about
up?
a boat.
Yeah, like a little dinghy. We looked at them on the computer. The Commodores, those people.
Okay, he says,
Well, I goes,
we don't have...
Quarantine knows what I'm on about. Little black boats made of air.
He says, we don't have boats, but if you really want to cross the river, it wouldn't be that difficult. It's mostly dried up. There's only a small amount of water in it.
But he can't swim!
I just point to the quarantine and just kind of beckon him over and just, military man, look at the map, and then just step away from the map.
I'm looking. Before that though, I say I kind of look at the explosives and go, maybe we could craft something, I don't know, more effective. That thing doesn't seem too stable to me. Maybe we can use the computer and the knowledge I have to, make something a bit more effective. And
I just turn like, quarantine, we've beaten you to it. RPGs. Richard said they are RPGs. That they make big booms.
Yeah, RPGs, can be really detonated from afar. They are loud. They can miss. We can't really take the risk now, can we?
Richards Frank says to you, we thought about using RPGs to try and take down the tower, but you would have to get so close to use them that it becomes almost pointless. It's just extra weight to carry around. When compared with a bomb, they're incredibly inaccurate.
Well said. Since the river's dried up, does it have any sewers we can access? Anything we can use?
If you want to go through the sewers, yes, you can. You can go through them. There's the old subway systems that will pop you up in the general area of the water tower. They're generally less guarded than the bridges, because you can't really march many people through them.
Amazing idea.
Been done before, actually. But anyway. Yeah, sewers seem like a great option, but
The only issue with the sewers is that you may encounter some of the infected down there. But they're probably easier to deal with than trained soldiers.
true. Since that is gonna be the case, do we have any silencers for the weapons?
Silencers are so ridiculously rare to find one intact. We don't really have anything that would.
You do know that silencers can be easily handmade, like easily handmade. They have like limited uses. But no, like I'm just turning you as out of game. Like they have limited uses.
I know, but like.
How do you make a silencer? Like
It just basically needs
silencers
to be
are
a circle.
easy to make, but they, like the silencers you're talking about that are easy to make, so ridiculously lower the effectiveness of the weapon that, like, you would suffer severe penalties to your gun.
yeah, you can.
Yeah. Also, if the homemade silencer gets a little bit of foam into the barrel of the gun, you're dead. So yeah, you don't want to do that.
You can blow the round before it leaves in, it'll just destroy your gun.
I just turn and say, well, if you can't get silencers, you need silent weapons. And I kind of just dangle the hockey stick between you all.
You're willing
The barbed
to
wire
lend us
hockey
your
stick.
people, Mr. R?
I go, my people are anything but quiet.
Says yes, I don't think that the rangers are the ones for this job. They're not quite disciplined enough to maintain a stealthy demeanor.
You say they lack a discipline.
They lack a discipline.
Shameful display.
Shame for display.
If you wanted to enter a sort of melee combat scenario, then that is fine if you are skilled enough to survive during it, but it's not for everyone, so.
We must have some bows or something like that. We must be able to make some bows or something like that. Richard, you need to get this rum on the shoulders. Richard, you need to get the creative juices flowing, my friend.
He says, whatever you want to do, our resources are available to you.
I just giggle like, I'm not going to be doing any of it, Richard. The things that are going, don't be silly.
So yeah, he's kind of just standing there waiting for you to come to a consensus.
What we're really gonna need is power, unlimited power. But no. Right. So then, melee weapons. Get your knives with you. Try and find some swords or whatever. Bats, clubs, something you can carry. And again, we have to try and find at least a couple of silencers.
Does
you never
the
know.
painweave projector, from what I read, it doesn't really do any sound when it explodes. It's just like...
It is incredibly loud because
it
the
is?
person you like. It's
But
loud
what
to
if
everyone in
they-
the area,
What if they...
but
Okay, go on.
they will scream like crazy.
But what if they are killed instantly from it?
If they are killed instantly from it, they wouldn't make any sound, but 1 second, I will bring it up.
They'd make a satisfying frazzle.
Is it like out of game? The painwave projector is generally unable to kill people, except for incredibly weak people.
Unless I have a certain skill that lets me inflict 2 harm instead of 1 at the same time. Like, I think that would
And
be
what would that be?
more. That's one of the other. It's actually 2 of them, different. So it's either of those. It's Bloodlust, I think, and another one that basically whenever I inflict harm, I inflict +1 harm, an additional +1 harm.
You could do that. It would kill some people, like 2 harm's a fairly sizable chunk to most people.
I know.
Probably kill a lot. So yeah, that would work. But it would still make it's still not as quiet as other things. Like it's like a sonic weapon.
Yeah, I got it.
And it kind of like they would hear it. Most people wouldn't know what that sound was. Like it's not as. It's kind of like a pulse kind of thing, and then someone would scream usually. But if they die, yeah, they die.
Chucky, it also hits everyone apart from you.
Not if I throw it at them or they're running at us at a distance.
Just so you know.
I know.
Okay.
Go on.
Right. I'm gonna look at Gary and go at the radio and go. So this thing in my head. How can this help us?
Just turn and say it will work. It will work when I'm back, but it won't work while I'm here.
I'm gonna say to him, it's like having a conscious,
It's like having
like
the radio
trying
inside
to
you.
monitor your, like, it's like having a Benjamin Cricket in your ears. You least
Benjamin
expected.
Cricket.
Yeah.
If we're out of game, what would I need to say or do in order to actually could manipulating somebody count as just trying to convince them
A dick
to
move.
to like you or something like that?
What would I need to say or do to get someone to like me? What the fuck is that
No, no, no,
question?
no, no.
I have to roll a dice for someone to like me. That's bad crap.
No. Shh. I'm asking the MC.
No, it's
Or
like
would
when you try
it
and
be seduction? But I'm not trying to seduce him in order to fuck him, I'm just trying to seduce him in order to like me more, as platonic as it can be.
Okay,
So
so
horrific,
you're
actually.
trying to get him horny so he likes you.
Yes.
Well, like it's seduce or manipulate is when you want to fulfill a specific goal. You can't make someone like you. They will either like you or not like you, depending on what you do.
Yeah.
If you wanted them to give you something, then it's a different matter. Or if you wanted to fuck them or something like that, once again, different matter. But their actual feelings towards you as a character are
Can I seduce them in order
different
to?
through your actions.
Mm,
Well, the move itself, like the seduce or manipulate role, is when you want a specific thing to be done or object. Like liking you is a different thing.
okay. Well. Okay. Then go on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do it. If you're gonna do it, Chucky, I'm not gonna be here forever.
I find no way of doing it, so I'm not going to.
Yep. So what do you guys do?
Got it. What do we do, guys?
Well, I suggest let us go through the sewers. I think it's the best bet we have. We have 3 plans on the table right now, and I point out the 3 ways we have already talked about. Just basically taking the main road, which is obviously the hardest and most inappropriate one. Second, like the main road here at Poniales Griego, or whatever, how you pronounce that. Or just going through the green zone and taking the Strashka Dabrovsky bridge and go inside via north and try to find like an alleyway or something that's unguarded and get inside, because the water tower is fairly near that like northern side, northwestern corner. And the third plan that was going over the water, and that is obviously not a very good idea, as it is mostly dried out and it would be in open space. Everybody would see us above, like if they're staying on the bridge and looking down, they would see us. So the sewers, the metro system is the only viable option in my mind.
I just tell him so. Maybe the distraction might help.
I nod to him and I say, yes, it might be very helpful, though I do not have a good idea of how to do it.
Well, basically, to hide, there's this big bridge here, and if you run across it screaming like the maniac you are, that should probably distract most of Rome.
That sounds like a great idea.
I laugh at him, I say, the radio is a much greater prize than I am. I'm sure of that.
On a serious note, I'd maybe send the followers to the bridge. However, they're not going to be shooting people or any shit like that. This is just a distraction. And I suppose if all that war breaks out because one of you fucks up, they might be able to help. But maybe they could go and cause some kind of distraction, try to trade with Rome, try to gain access and just cause a bit of a ruckus or something like that. That most certainly could be arranged.
Maybe a riot.
Anarchy.
Anarchy, democracy.
You know what you could do? You could send your people to join up with Rome. And hyphens, of course. In hyphens, of course.
Richard pipes up at this and says, Rome very much knows who the radio's rangers are. And knows who they are aligned with.
Too bad, too bad.
Well, then we'll just have to make them look not like the Rangers.
If we take their hockey sticks,
That smile on his face, where he thinks you've fucking done
if we
behind
take
us.
their hockey sticks and their hockey memorabilia, I don't think they'll be that happy. If they
they're
trust.
my followers. If I change the way that I dress, they change the way that they dress.
Oh, I understand then. Well, yeah, it is a
They're
viable
all
option.
baseball fans.
This is where the robe comes off and you find out that the radio is stark naked.
No.
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 Roll for seduction.
Roll for seduction. Gets a 12 plus. He's beautiful.
Definitely rolling hot and hard now.
Okay, so Richard says, so are we agreed on going through the metro tunnels?
Seems like the best idea.
He says there's an entrance across to the left of this compound. We've got, if you follow down there, you'll be able to find many different tunnels. You need to take the T2 line and then the T6 line at the end.
I write that down on a piece of paper or something.
Says, if you make a wrong turn, you could be lost down there forever, so remember.
See?
Says, be very careful of the infected. They are your biggest threat while you're down there.
T6 and
They
T3.
kind of flock there.
I want to just turn away for a second and I want to do a bit of crowdsourcing.
Yes. That's a roll plus speed if I remember right.
Is it persuade?
And what is your problem? And your
no, it's just
to the
a oh yeah, it is persuade. Yes, a +2. The problem
Getting
that
silent
I have is
weapons.
I want to ask the Maelstrom if anyone knows the sewers like the back of their hand. Like I'm basically looking at is there anyone suitable to be a guide for the sewers?
Okay.
Metro system.
So give me that roll.
With the metro system, wherever they're going.
Ooh, 10 a.m. dude.
I don't think I
You.
find anyone. I don't find anyone.
Yeah. So someone else learns the information and you don't.
Mm.
Rome! ghost us, but good to see you want to do it too.
I've just got information, Mr. Radio, from somewhere.
That's not good. Dude, what? Like, can we ask you what kind of information he actually knows? Like, does he
Nope,
know they're going in the sewers? They want to know this, and yeah, you now know
No.
this.
No, he knows the answer to that proposed solution.
Okay.
And the problem
Some guy was
was that some guy just like, well, basically what happened was he said to the Maelstrom, like, he's
If
gone.
if I roll
Problem
a
is-
10 on my roll, can I learn that information instead?
No.
Possible.
Not gonna happen.
You roll a
Um,
12, 2 sixes. If you open your mind to the
yeah.
Maelstrom completely, you'll be amazed by what information you can access.
Well,
So
However,
like,
I think if you roll a 12 on a weird check, you can actually ask Jack what is behind the Maelstrom, can't you? Oh, no, that's the advanced roll. That's the advanced roll.
yeah.
Wait.
Okay. So like, remember that everyone can open your mind to the Maelstrom.
yeah, like
And
I
then,
want.
like, as a basic move, you can do that, and you will be able to find out new information about the thing, unless of course you roll horribly, which may be negative.
I wanna do like I wanted to do this, but not this question. My question is.
You don't get to ask a question; you just get to open your mind.
No. You said. Oh yeah, I opened mine, and then I get to ask a question if I roll good.
I know you open your mind, and then the GM tells you something about the current situation.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly what you wanted, but like,
Technically, if
unlike-
you were the troll, it could be the temperature outside is 26 degrees.
What's an 8?
there'll be no parking in the white zone.
So I noticed him trying to open his mind to the Maelstrom.
The Maelstrom goes, I'm sorry, Dave, I can't do that.
But I'm sorry, but if
Afraid I
he
can't.
turns away to try and do something that looks like
There's not a time and place for that.
no, I just dive on top of Richards. I go into Mr.
Did
President
not
mode.
ride your bike.
I
here.
don't do like what
No,
I do
he
is I
didn't
keep
do
my
it.
hands on my table and just close my eyes and think. Like that's how it works.
Yeah. That's good enough for me. I go into Mr. President mode and I dive on top of Richards.
Okay. Jack, I'm gonna see where in the city may I ride a bike.
Hey, is this guy? Do I have to roll for this? I've rolled for this.
Uh,
This is acting under heat.
You're doing aggro. I
Are you
think.
diving on top of Richard?
Yeah, if I see the fucking psychic guy who likes touching people standing on the table,
I don't
rolling his
touch
eyes,
it. I don't touch anybody.
I don't care if you're touching anyone. You're a fucking nutter in the radio with eyes. I know what accessing the mail
So
looks
you
like.
stand, but you like.
You have
jump
no
over
idea.
and
You have
stand
no
between
idea I'm
Richard's
accessing the
head.
Maelstrom. Like I'm just
Good
closing my
idea.
eyes. That's
No,
it.
It is incredibly obvious when a brainer walks over, sits down at the table. Like, just imagine this: he sits down, he closes his eyes, and then this.
Ah, okay, good. No,
That's
what
the
happens.
maelstrom.
That's what happens.
Okay, so he sees that. And if you're lucky, you close your eyes because your eyes actually roll back into the back of your head as well. But
I'm lucky. Good.
so he does that and like jumps and stands in between Richards and.
No.
Duh.
I go Mr. President mode.
He jumps.
Okay, you dive. It's like no, and then you
Mr.
fall over
President.
and nothing happens. And Richards is just standing there looking at you.
I look
Like,
up and like
after
he
this,
was gonna blow up.
after this is done, like after I my power goes through because I think you said that takes a second. I just look down at him like with a very weird face, like what? Like look down at him, and then like look at Richards and look at him and like very confused face.
Okay.
I
So,
stand up and
as you
point my finger and I go, you know what you just did there, and you know
Oh,
that's not dangerous. That's not good to do in rooms with people who are important.
I look at
One
what I was-
second
Yeah,
here.
go on.
Gotta give me a sec. Okay. Okay, so like the world kind of goes black. You're in the shadows and you see like an ocean, like a huge amount of water appear in front of you. And like, oh shit. It's a really loud car. You see a huge amount of water just sitting there, and then it starts to drain away. And suddenly you're in a very tight, enclosed space. And there's lots of faces around you, like hideous, grotesque faces that surround you. And it's very, very scary. But you look around, they're surrounding you, and then it kind of flicks back, and you're awake.
Okay, like after all this happens, I look at like Wireless as we said, and I say, you know what this brought us last time? This got us alliance with Vance. So shut your trap.
I stand up and go, what alliance is that?
Richards goes, "What alliance with Vance?"
Oh shit!
I told him
He done
before.
goofed.
I told him
He done
before.
fucked up.
No, I told him before.
He never said alliance before.
Yes,
said
yes,
Vance
no,
was going
no.
to be there.
Yes, no,
You
yes.
said Vance was going to be there.
No,
Yeah.
I said if like I said that he said he's okay with the alliance, but
he never said
he
he
would
made
need
an alliance.
but
Exactly.
he would need like what do you call it? He would need Richards to be there and like say this to his face.
No, I remember it very clearly. You told Richards that Vance was going to be there, and if there was going to be any talks, like that Vance was against Rome, and that Vance would speak to him there in approximately a week.
Oh, okay, then I repeat this again. I tell him. Oh yeah, I forgot. He did say he was okay with an alliance, and but he would need to talk to you face to face.
Richards flicks through the ledger, writes something down, then closes it and says, "Okay."
I goes, God damn it, hi, look, you're in the fucking book now, Jesus Christ.
He walks over to the blackboard and writes your name on it.
Blackboard.
Your name's on the board.
What does
Worst
that mean?
Punishment ever. It's like the old schoolroom punishment.
Ah, okay. Well,
Use
I
to strike
explain
terror into
I
children.
explain my vision again. Like I say, I could not really make much out of this. I will explain what I saw. Maybe you can help me. And I explain what I saw: the huge amount of water being drained away, and then I'm in a tight, close space, darkness around me, hideous faces, looking at me from the darkness. It is all very dreadful.
Yeah, I just turn around and go, what's a bad idea then?
Kill them up chords there. Like I'm waiting for anybody to say anything.
So like, do you look to Richards when you ask that question?
I look to everybody, yeah.
Richards says, "Well, I don't know. You're the fucking psychic."
Well, last time it was a lot more obvious than this one. The crews are still there, but I don't see them.
Yeah, I just turn and say again, the boat definitely sounds like a bad idea.
Okay, breaking the awkward silence. I look at the quarantine and
I'm
say,
just
"What do
waiting
It's
you
all
for
your
you.
fault, man. So it's all up to you, man.
I said what I said. Like I'm waiting for. I have no idea. I'm still thinking. Like the high is like pondering on the vision he got. He doesn't really know what to make of it. So he asked everybody else and explained in detail what he saw to see if anybody else had a reaction to this.
I reacted.
Yeah. Well.
Like Richards just says, "Do you need anything else, or can we get prepared for this?"
I think that is all.
I just kind of whisper in Richard's ear and go, I think we should talk.
Then talk.
Okay. And then, and then I step back again and I go,
Splendid.
Who's going to go with you to Vance's compound?
Me and some of my soldiers.
I'm going, and I suggest you take Alex with you because you might need my help.
Who the fuck is Alex?
I go. He's one of my followers that I can see and hear through, and he's good at hitting things. He'd be useful if it comes to a fight. It's more important that I see and hear things. I don't mean to pry on your conversations, but if this goes sour, you might need a hand getting out.
This is like that scene in Law-Abiding Citizen where he's on the phone to the guy and he's like running across the rooftops and the guy's saying turn left,
Yeah.
turn right.
This
Richard,
is-
I just rolled a 4. You fucked. Sorry.
This is our only chance, I say. Even if it goes sour, we need to take the risk. If we don't have Vance behind us, there is no way we can withstand an assault from Rome, even if we take down the water tower. If we take down the water tower, we'll divide their forces. That's when Vance and Richards can attack. If this alliance doesn't work, I don't think there's only one way Vance is there. He's either with Rome or he's not with Rome. But when
Raz just dropped.
okay, let's wait for him then.
God damn Romania.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's my internet board. Like, I've changed everything connected to the internet in the house, but from my
Blame Romania.
in my computer. So I need to change the
You
actual.
try turning it on and off again.
Yes, sir. I have. Nothing doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Did you try Control Alt Delete?
Many times. Many times.
Try deleting System 32.
Yep.
I have. Nothing worked anymore. I thought that was
I'm
a
not
troll.
surprised.
That's probably why it doesn't work.
Maybe.
Nothing should work.
Come on, Raz. Keep on calling here. Whoever called this conference, please. I will take it. Well, we should take our first break here. I think we've been going for an hour.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's actually an hour.
Yeah. Let's
We'll
take
be
it.
doing 3 hours again today because I have to do some economics work.
Okay. Well, everybody on stream, stream's gonna be down 1 second, and then I'm gonna put on some music for you guys, where we take a break and wait for Raz to come back on. We're gonna be coming back in 5 to 10 minutes with the second part of Wasteland 2110. Keep tuned in. Bye bye.